Morning, superstars. Welcome to Friday morning meditation coronavirus special. I hope you're all doing ace. I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Yeah. Thanks for coming and joining me live this morning for meditation. Good morning to Ella Rose, to the Wellbeing Collab, to Trinson, to Danielle, to Bren, to Steph. Bren, I don't know if you got my email reply, but the Unfuck Yourself 2.5 hour talk, yes, Steve and I are planning, we're already planning to put that online. So anyone national and international will be able to listen into that. Steve and I are also looking at online versions of our group trainings. So we were supposed to have this weekend to deliver our group training, and now we're like, okay, let's be agile. Let's think about other things that we can be doing. And what I want to bring to you, gang, today in meditation is the only, you would have heard this before, so this is not new information, right? The only thing that is constant is change. The only thing that is constant is change. A lot of us may know that in theory, and then when it's put into practice, or then when you are challenged to put into practice, you're like, oh my God, I don't like change. It's so difficult. So we may know it in theory that change is inevitable and change is the only thing that is constant. Everything is always moving and vibrating. Some things are just moving and vibrating at a much slower vibration. Other things are moving at a much faster vibration. Everything is always moving. Everything is always changing. Like your fucking hair. Your hair always changes. One day it's a good hair day, the next it's not. Kidding. Well, true. But your hair's always changing. It's always growing. Your fingernails are always changing. It's always growing. Your eyebrows, fucking one's there and the other one's not there. There's a pimple there and now there's a pimple there and yesterday there wasn't. Maybe there was. I didn't just notice it. Things are always changing. Remember the time when you had a boyfriend or you had a girlfriend or you were married and now you're not. You were single, then you got together with someone and then now you're not together with someone. That's change. Someone who was in your life, a pet or a family member, they were once in your life, they have passed on and now they are no longer in your life. Change. You've been through change a fucking lot. You were once a kid and now you're an adult, or now you're a woman, or you're a teenager, or you're a man. Change. It's inevitable. It's always happening. It's always going on. Sometimes we just don't take a lot of notice of it. But when we have big things happen in our life, like relationship breakdowns, or finances go fucking shit, or our health changes dramatically, then we give a shit. But I want you to just think about how many times change has shown up in your life and you've gotten through it. You've gotten through that breakup. You've gotten through that health crisis. You've gotten through financial fucking stress balls. You've gotten through changing jobs. You've gotten through working for a boss to creating your own business. You've gotten through major health scares. There are so many things that you have gone through that have been about change. Change meaning it was one state before and now it's another state, and you have adapted. Something in you adapted, something in you shifted and went with the flow. Maybe not originally, maybe not in the beginning. It was hard, or it was difficult, and you got hopeless and you got down. If you were broken up with, or if you thought you were getting married, or if you thought you were going to have a baby, you would have gone through some kind of grieving. You would have gone through some kind of sadness. You would have gone through some kind of anger. Or hopelessness. You would have experienced that, but then you moved through that. You shifted and you changed, because change is the only constant thing. And this is what we are experiencing now at a global level. Change happens. Change happens at a global level anyway. Climate change. Fucking what's going on with our oceans, or with our forests, or with animals. Like, change also. Remember the times where same-sex people who wanted to love one another, they were put in jail or they were stoned to death. In some countries, I know that still may happen. But now, in a lot of countries, gays can get married. We went through change. How many people were like not vegan before, and now so many more people are vegan and now standing up for human rights or animal rights? Change is inevitable. Change always takes place. We are just in another time of change. And what I truly believe is that we have built this world. We have built it and created it. Each and every one of us, we have contribute to it in our own little way that is not fucking sustainable. The planet cannot handle the rate we are going, the pace that we are going, the inconsideration that we are going at, the inconsiderate rate we are going at. That's better English. And so it's changing. I mean, yes, it's through coronavirus, and yes, it's through a health crisis. But to me, there's like deeper fucking layers going on. The deeper layer being, we've built this world, we've created this world on values that cannot serve us long term. That maybe it's work before family. We've built values upon that. We've built this world on that. Money before, fucking consideration. Money or consumerism before thinking about the fucking planet, thinking about the oceans, thinking about the forests, thinking about the fucking animals. Having like an enormous amount of food in our shopping centers and in our supermarkets at the expense of, the environment. So we are going through mass change. Yes, we are. And I believe it is for a very deep reason, because we've built this world, created this world on values that cannot sustain the way things are going, and cannot sustain humanity. And if you look at it, if you look at the obviousness of it, we are being asked to fucking isolate, to go inward, to spend time going inward, to go into our homes. This is why I said on Wednesday in meditations, this is your time to reflect, to realign and reassess. Is what you're doing what you love? Do you love what you're doing? Are you in your job for money? Or are you wanting to do work that is of deep fucking service? Have you wanted to change the way that you shop or the way that you consume? But you just haven't had the fucking time because you're so busy. Well, guess what? Not fucking busy, because we got a bit of time on our hands because we're like sent home. I believe more than anything, this is one of the best times to change. We're being asked to change. We are being asked to be agile and look deeper beyond what we're losing externally. But along the way of what we have built externally and the world that we've created externally, we've lost our fucking soul. We've lost our spirit. The spirit of humanity, the spirit of fucking care, the spirit of consideration, the spirit of giving a fuck about things that actually matter. So to me, this is a much needed crisis. I don't like people dying or getting sick, or our health professionals getting sick or overwhelmed. But in the work that I do, in the work that I share, in the teachings that I teach, more than anything, I do not like that our spirits have gone to sleep, that our souls have gone to sleep, and that other areas of our mind in terms of the way we ought to live or should live or are living at fast pace, at go, with zero consideration for our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, our physical well-being, another person's well-being is not taken into consideration. That to me is the greater crisis. So I want you to remember all the times that you have gone through personally that is to do with change, that is to do with shifting, and you've gotten through it. We're going through this right now. And just like when you and your relationship broke up and you were like, fuck, this is the end of the world. There's no one else out there. You probably had learned the greatest fucking lessons when you had that health ass kicking. You probably learned the greatest fucking lessons when you were put on your ass financially and you had to grow and you had to restructure and you had to reset yourself. You probably learned the best fucking lessons. Guess what? We are globally learning the biggest fucking lessons right now. So see it as that. You have learned in your own lives lessons when it's come to hurtful change. Change that's like, oh, fuck. This is confronting. But it was necessary for you to wake the fuck up. Guess what, global? We got to wake the fuck up. We got to look at how we're living our lives, how we're treating ourselves, how we're treating other people, how we're treating the planet. What we're considering, what not we're considering, what we're making fucking matter, what we should make matter. Are our dreams and our visions alive, or are they fucking squashed because something else is more important? I see no better time than for us to rise to this occasion and see it as ugly change, but necessary, really necessary. So we're going to take this into meditation. Take this into meditation that the global crisis is a reflection, a projection of all of our internal crises, whatever the fucking word is. It is a every individual one of us. It is a mirror. It is a reflection of inner crisis. If you believe that, you'll feel this. Or even if you don't believe it, you might feel this. And if you feel it, you know it's fucking true. At some level that you can't explain, where you're like, fuck, why does that feel true? Because it is. My belief, it is. So let's take this into meditation now. Let's ground this concept in meditation now. So get yourselves into a nice, comfortable position. Nice, comfortable position. And when you're ready, close down your eyes. And together, let's take a big breath in and sigh it out. Big breath in, sigh it out. Big breath in and sigh it out. And just sit there for a moment. Just sit there for a moment with your breath. And just let yourself ground for a moment with your breath and being still. want you to now reflect upon the times. Reflect upon the times where you have gone through some pretty epic changes. That may have hurt. That may have felt uncomfortable. And maybe you resisted, battled with. But they were necessary. Necessary to wake you up. To reevaluate, to restructure. And something in you rose to the occasion. You rose to the change and you met it. And in return, you grew. As a result, you grew. And now I invite you to take a look at this current situation we're in. A time of change. That maybe you're resisting, fearful of. Unsure of what it all means and why it's happening. But something in you now knows it's necessary for us all to wake up. To reassess, to restructure our lives, to reframe our lives. And evolve. But not just evolve, evolve. To serve our souls, the souls of others, and the soul of this planet that we call home. So for you, what do you sense in your heart of hearts, in your truth of truths? What do you sense is our wake-up call here? The truth of the matter. And what do you sense is your own wake-up call here? The truth in this matter. Whatever your answer is, receive it as truth. And also spend time today journaling about it, reflecting even more deeply upon it. And honor your own wake-up call to honor the world, the global wake-up call. Take a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Big breath in. And sigh it out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks, gang, for joining me this morning for Friday Morning Meds, where today we focused on change is inevitable, change is constant. We've all been through change, we've been through challenging times, and we have gotten through it. And those challenging times were wake-up calls, often wake-up calls, and we've got one right fucking now. So what is your personal wake-up call for you? For you? What do you sense is our global wake-up call, and what are you going to do to contribute to honoring your own wake-up call and the world's? We're all in this together. We all create everything that goes on up in here. We create, and then we create a reality, and the reality is what we've got. If we don't like the reality, we go in, we shift, we change, we upgrade, and then we create new reality. That's our gift. That's what we've been gifted with. So let's all do our part. Love you, gang. Thanks for joining me this morning. Peace be with you. Stay safe.